Hello, gorgeous Aries. Welcome to your full moon reading. This full moon is going to be happening on the 5th of November, but of course the energies can go a bit before and a little bit after, so this might still impact you over the next few days as well. So what is this full moon? So this is in the sign of Taurus, which we'll dive in how this might impact you, but it's a beaver moon, and I found that really interesting because it's called that because this is a time of year where the beavers start to work really hard to prepare for the winter. So they start building their dams. So I really love how that might translate for everyone, that around this time, this is a really good time to start getting in that, extra effort, extra hard work to really build that foundation so that you can really feel safe for the winter time. And let's just see how it shows up for you though. So especially for the Aries rising, because for you guys, it's going to show up in your second house, which is all about your finances. And Taurus is about finances anyway. It's about your incomes, about your wealth, about your possessions, what you hold close to you, what you value. And also it's about the material world. So for you guys in particular, it's going to be impacting that there. So again, it could be about changing the way that you make your money, or maybe this is again about releasing anything that's blocking you from making more money, from, bringing in an abundance. And again, it could be a good time to kind of reevaluate your values, what you hold close to you. Maybe it's a good time for your self-worth, for example, and to just put yourself out there a bit more in your career so you can make more money, whatever it is to you. Maybe it's about doing the hard work so you can have a home, right? Because that's kind of like that beaver energy as well. So let's just see in a tarot how it shows up for you guys anyway, but that's just a little bit of that, astrology there for you. But let's just see what's going on for my gorgeous Aries. A little quick reading about this moon. So what is this moon bringing for you? It's about letting your fears dissolve. Okay, and what else is it about? It's about revealing what needs to be seen, which is very interesting. So there will be an ending coming up for you guys, and it feels a bit like something that's been hiding in the shadows. And, to speak about it kind of generally, this could be internal. So again, it could be some things that might be getting in the way of your growth at this time, and from you maybe working even harder. Maybe you've not been feeling very like you wanted, maybe you're not feeling very passionate, for example. So the reveal what needs to be seen feels like a little bit like a shadow side. Of course, it can represent that there might be some hidden intentions around you, but we'll see what the rest of the tarot cards say. And it could be about these fears. Maybe you don't realize that you have these fears. Around this full moon, what Spirit is really wanting you to do is to not be afraid to ask help from others. The leg up card is about relying on other people around you and understanding that there is strength in asking for help, and that there is strength in relying on others, right? Dependency in relationships sometimes can be seen very negatively, but it can be a nice thing to get support from someone whilst you're getting back on your feet again. And that could just be getting that extra loving and support during this full moon. So allow yourself to rely on others, or to lean on others when you need to during this time. And this can also be about Spirit, right? Allow yourself to ask Spirit for help. Allow someone else to show you the way, Aries. You don't always need to know the way by yourself. So again, this is a really good time to lean on others, okay? For you guys, it could really help you out. Anything else going on for this full moon for Aries? The thinking woman is all about new ideas. This, of course, can be someone around you who has got a very clear head on their shoulders and could be very good with ideas. So I'd reach out to this thinking woman, but it, of course, can be you. So it depends how you relate to that card, of course. But the thinking woman is all about new ideas, brainstorming, right? That could be the foundation that you guys are building. Maybe it's a good time to research. It's a good time to study something. It's just a good time for more knowledge, to reach out for more knowledge. Anything else about this? Yes. Full moon. Well, it's about your relationship to abundance, right? Your relationship to your finances. So in this card, what it speaks of is that, your mindset is really what brings in an abundance or not, how you view it. This man drops a coin down the well, and then he dwells on it, thinks he can't do anything about it, and then he just lets it go, right? His losses are just final to him, and he dwells and kind of becomes a bit of a victim, right? Abundance doesn't want me, etc., etc. However, this girl comes across the same well, finds that penny that he's dropped down there, or drain, should I say, found the penny that dropped down the drain, and goes, we really need that, so let me find a way to get it. So it's almost this different perspective of feeling helpless when it comes down to abundance, whatever abundance is to you, whether it's wealth, finances, whatever, success, Whereas this girl knows that she needs it and goes, you know what, I'm going to really value that penny by finding a way to get it out, right? So however that relates to you, again, it could be about your dreams, your goals, your finances, whatever it means. I do feel like this is a good time to find a way, not to call it quits and just, become helpless in a situation, but it's a really good time to actually find a way. And what better time than the beaver moon? All right, anything else in the oracles? We have peace. So this jumping on top of the thinking woman is a really good sign that you are going to find the answers that you're seeking at this time, especially when it feels like solutions to your problems is what I really feel for you guys. And the affirmation for you guys during this time is, I'm a being of love and I release all negative energy. So I'm just going to put that somewhere over here. Let's just get a few tarot cards out as well and see what the tarot has to say. Can we get a few cards out, please, Spirit? Actually, I want to use a different deck. Which one do I want to use? Okay, let's go for it. Let's go for this one. Sorry, my lovelies. Someone was knocking at my door, so I had to go and get that. Anyway, let's see. What is going on? What's the energies of this full moon trying to show Aries, or bring to the surface, shall we say? Three of Swords and Strength. So this is about perseverance for you. Three of Swords suggests that you guys are going through a little bit of a difficult time, right? Maybe there has been some things that have felt like they've broken your heart in some way or felt quite painful lately. The Strength card represents your resilience to push through. And again, there's strength and vulnerability, asking for help, leaning on others for support. And then there's also strength in taking the bull by the horns and dealing with something. Let's see, what is the Three of Swords representing? The moon. So it's about fears, it's about difficult feelings and emotions that are kind of bringing some pain into your world. The moon can represent that, it's the moon, right? It can represent shadow side, suppressed feelings, and things that we just don't look at, right? Because it's inconvenient to look at the things that are bothering us and the things where our feelings are so big and emotional, and again, we might feel like they're a bit inconvenient, but around this time, Spirit really wants you to become aware of them and maybe deal with them, right? Maybe these are your fears. Can I know a bit more about what these feelings are related to? Seven of Pentacles. So it could very well be about your work, what you've been working on, and maybe you've been feeling like there's been a lack of opportunity or lack of growth in your life, right? Seven of Pentacles is about, you've been doing the hard work, you've been patient, you've been waiting, you've been nurturing, and maybe it feels like, you're not seeing a lot of result coming in, but I do feel like you will. And I'm going to find out with the Strength what, the advice is for you, but I do see some news coming away, some good news coming away about something that you've been building, whether it be a business, a project, maybe it's a home that you've been building, it's been taking its time, for example, because it does feel like this moon is impacting you in terms of stability. What is the Strength card here? The Ace of Swords, interesting, which is about truth. So some of you, maybe this is a good time to speak up about your situation, and again, to get help from other people, whether this is people who can help you financially or people who can just, give you a little something. I don't know if it's ideas, but it does feel a bit like receiving. Two of Cups is about soulmates, people. Three of Cups, this is a heart to heart. So I do feel like they're like having a really open conversation is really going to help you with whatever you're feeling quite, low about at the moment. The Ace of Swords, a new beginning in terms of truth. It will create a change when you are open about this. Anything else about the Strength card here? The Seven of Wands, you don't have to do it alone. Ace of Wands as well. So it just feels like right now you guys are learning how to not just be the leader all the time, but to also allow yourself to be led or allow yourself to be helped, like I've been saying. Because Seven of Wands says that you have been up against the odds for quite some time now, and that it feels like life is just constantly throwing things at you, and you keep pushing, you keep pushing. And you feel like that's where your strength is, which is fine, but it's been hurting you. And again, it's been making you feel maybe a little bit lost, right? Seven of Pentacles can sometimes bring this feeling of like, what am I doing wrong? Like, I'm working hard and pushing, like, what am I doing wrong? Like, is this just not meant for me? Am I not supposed to have an abundance or whatever it is that you guys are attracting? But the Ace of Swords just looks like being open and honest about your situation with others. I'm not brushing it off like I'm okay. Yeah, I got it. When you don't, you might have it, but for how long? Right? Does that make sense to you guys? I just feel like I'm speaking to a specific person out there, but the Seven of Wands, especially in this deck, There's a second person here. So you don't have to fight your battles alone, basically, during this full moon. All right, this is a really good time to speak up because there might be some answers here. Someone might give you a really fresh idea that you couldn't have come up with before. What's the Five of Cups here for? Some of you could be disappointed right now with your commitments. But the Fool is about a new beginning, right? A chance for change right now, change of how you do things, especially with a Hierophant. So what I'm seeing here, especially for you guys around this time, change up how you do things. For a lot of you, especially Aries rising, this will be in terms of your money, income, how you make income, your possessions, all that kind of stuff, your stability. So changing it up in that area, but just for the general Aries collective, this is a really important time to just change things instead of being upset about it, like the Abundance card is saying in the Five of Cups, of just dwelling on what's not working. And that you know, because you are trying, I'm not going to discredit that at all. You are, and you're pushing hard, and you're working really hard, and you're up against the odds. There's so much going on here for you. But the Hierophant suggests that the way that you're doing things needs to change, right? You might need to just switch it up and go away from a structure that you've always had, or the way you've always done something, because that's what the Hierophant can represent. It's a structure. And the Fool is kind of just maybe being a little bit crazy during this time, like just trying something completely new. Taking a leap of faith during this time is really going to be the thing that answers what you need, I guess. Just diving in. Remember with the Abundance card, I'll show you like this actually. With the Abundance card, instead of dwelling, instead of being upset, don't worry, you're not giving up on yourself. I know that. You just sometimes are getting more emotional about it this time. And again, very valid with the full moon coming up. But this is about finding a way. You're going to find a way. But it does require a new technique that you've not done before. Okay? Can I dive in a bit more to... It might be a little bit of having to, change things up a bit in terms of making yourself a bit uncomfortable. When we try new things, what is a Fool card here? What's this new way? High Priestess. Well, that is up to you. High Priestess is about your inner self and your intuition. So it's really what you feel called to. All right, so I'm going to leave it like that. My gorgeous angels, have an incredible full moon experience. Remember, the Abundance card, right? There's a way that you can handle this and that you can have this, okay? Just need to find another way. All right, that's what I got for you. I send you my love, wish you all the best, and I'll see you guys in the next video.